Chess clocks in Magic the Gathering. What's up? Welcome in, much love. Trav here. And we're talking about chess clocks for major MTG tournaments because so many people in the comments of the expansion of Judge Powers video says, what about chess clocks? So we're going to talk about that. First of all, why it matters, why we're talking about it is because if you've ever been to a Grand Prix or a big open, you know that the round turnover time, because of extra turns, is between 10 and 30 minutes each round on average, which means if we go with 20 minutes times 9 rounds, it adds an extra 3 hours to day 1 and an extra 2 hours to day 2. We want to make Magic better. We don't want Magic to die. And when you're adding an extra 3 hours and the event goes from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. instead of 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., it is making the experience worse for the players. It is increasing the cost for the organizers because they have to keep it up later and they have to pay employees or judges and so on for an extra 3 hours. So, and presumably most of the sales happen in the morning because you see a lot of the dealers pack up by the mid-afternoon, and you see that many of the events, side events, happen in the afternoon, not at night. So probably everyone would win if we did something to get rid of the extra turns. So one of the suggestions is chess clocks. Now, I'm going to entertain this seriously, but as a general rule, the simplest solution is the best solution. The simplest solution is the solution most likely to actually happen. So in this case, chess clocks are definitely not the simplest solution because you have to have another 1,000 chess clocks, and that's raising up the cost, which is kind of defeating the point. And then I'm curious if those of you who have suggested it, if you've actually tried it. I get the sense that it's a lot clearer when priority is passed in chess. Like, you move your piece and it's theirs, right? In Magic you attack and maybe you pump, maybe you don't, right? It doesn't seem like nearly as clear in Magic when you're passing priority. It adds an additional layer of complexity to the game. It's kind of unclear. It would be nice to run people out of time and that the round can actually end early instead of taking an extra 30 minutes. However, what I think is a more reasonable approach is going from 5 turns to 1 turn. Each player gets a shot. It's like NFL football. Each player gets a chance to try to win. And if not, then we're not going to have 1,500 people wait for you two slow players who are playing even slower during your extra turn because you think that now everybody's watching or whatever. So I'm on feature match. Look at this crowd. This is awesome, right? No extra turns for you. Also, as far as expansion of judge powers, I believe the head judge only, level 3 and above, should have the power to go out in the field and call a match, say, this game is over, you win. Stop playing, there's 1,500 people waiting. Here, little level 1 judge play, run off this pairing slip, and we're gonna start the next round. Bam. So, I think it's pretty obvious, unless I'm missing something huge, that going from 5 turns to 1 turns is good for business for everyone. And if so, it should be done. And the biggest obstacle right now would be that it looks like the idea is coming from me. So spread the idea around. If you're a YouTuber, make a video about it. If you're a tweeterer, tweet MTG and say, hey, why is it the extra turn rule 3, not 1? Where did you get that idea? I just came up with it, right? It doesn't need to come from me. I don't want credit. I want this to actually happen because I do play on average in a Grand Prix every year. And it just makes the experience worse when it's 3 extra hours, although honestly it's to my advantage since I prepare for it like a physical competition. The harder the tournament is for everyone else, the better for me. The longer the tournament, you throw in a 3rd, 4th, 5th day, it would be good for me. I'd perform better than the field, but it's also not what I want. Like, I just wouldn't want to do that. So it seems to me like chess clocks could solve the problem, but not in the simplest, most efficient way. Having a bunch of judges with the power to call off matches creates other problems and is also not the simplest way because you need more manpower. The most simplest way by far is just say, hey, no extra 5 turns, player finishes your current turn, and then maybe you have 2 turns, 1 turn, whatever, just fewer turns. Agree or disagree, smash that thumbs up button. And you're free to argue in the comments if you think chess clocks are actually the way to go, but that's why I say no to that. Much love, take care.